golden like the grams. So we are formed with PsYkO, PsYkO. Search bar, should find his channel, and you can. Right now we have a issue we talk about the WWE in review as we go around, starting with last Sunday, which was the Elimination NXT. We're going to talk about the matches, break it down, give you guys some opinions, predictions, what we're going to see going on, because we are smack dab in the middle of the road to WrestleMania, with Royal Rumble being at the end of January. 2 weeks, we will have the SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view Fastlane, which we will definitely be bringing you our review of that on the podcast for that week.
Better? Can you hear him? Say something.
Hey, Michael. Michael?
Okay. We may probably have to do this then. Hold on.
On PsYkO Breaks YouTube channel, search for that. PsYkO BR number 3AK. You should find his channel and be able to see their perspective of our wrestling match as we talk about this, what's going on. But you can also tune into BECA Gaming, what's going on right here, and see my perspective with my face, my beautifulness, as we bust out some 2K18 private matches. So, guys, I'm glad you're here. We've had an interesting week in WWE. So how are things? Good. Yeah, interesting storylines going on. With elimination going in, we're going to kick off with the Elimination Chamber as we work on getting our game set up. Pre-show, we had a tag match between good old Mr. Raj and Gallows and Anderson. Now, before we get saying, I'm going to put this opinion out here before you get to your guys' comments, because I personally did not watch the match. I think that's a severe misuse of the Good Brothers. I'm going to leave that as it is. That is a travesty that those two guys are working pre-show matches all the way from Siege than me. I say. But without further ado, you guys, what do you think of this match? Well, I mean, you do, but then I mean, you got it's not about the how the depth of the division. It's how it's the booking. It blows my mind. Like you have somebody that was over in Japan doing phenomenal things with AJ Styles and the Bullet Club over there, and then to come over to sign with WWE and have this huge like, oh shit, Gallows and Anderson, the Good Brothers, the Bullet Club are on WWE, and then they're like get a little bit of a push and they put the belts on them, and they have like hell yeah, then they lose the belts down the line, and then they have continuously throughout the last couple of years just gotten pushed down farther and farther and farther to where here we are now at the pre-show the Raw exclusive Elimination Chamber to a pre-show match with the Miz Taraj, which granted is kind of a travesty given both Bo Dallas's and Curtis Axel's lineage with their generations. However, neither one of those guys have gotten a real distinct push or made quite a huge name for themselves on quite the same level as, say, as the Gallows and Anderson have. So to that degree, I see more of the wet travesty going to the Good Brothers being on the pre-show versus Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. You kind of expect those two guys to be on the pre-show, at least I would, versus the Bullet Club. You know, a lot of the time here lately, they've been used to be the kind of like what they did to AJ Styles there for a while with Finn Balor now, with it being like the whole like bringing back the Balor Club aspect of it, and just really kind of a misuse of booking for those two guys. To me. Push and they run than just yeah, it's the problem with booking versus the talent for sure. Just for the record, Gallows and Anderson did win that match via pinfall. But moving on from there, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this pay-per-view, which we will start with the women's Elimination Chamber match history in WWE, the first women's Elimination Chamber match. Featuring Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Mickie James, Mandy Rose, Sasha Banks, and Sonya Deville. And Bayley and Deville kicked us off in the ring after the chambers were filled. I personally thought it was an okay match. It had some pretty good spots.
The following contest
especially as it got down the line and more of the women got into the
making
ball.
His way to the ring.
And of course, that did set
Northern Ireland,
plant the seed for the Sasha Banks /Bayley rivalry that we're going to eventually get.
Dane.
Here comes Killian Dane. He's not looking too happy either.
I think it's kind of interesting to point out that
and the good news is that he appears to be coming into tonight with a little extra motivation. Yeah, he's really had a chip on his shoulder as of late, and it seems to have been helping him.
Oh my God. Please take the microphone out of your mouth. But anyway, back to the women's. Okay match, some pretty good spots. Started the Becky Lynch, or not Becky Lynch, the Sasha Banks and Bayley rivalry. We're also hoping for the Sasha Banks heel turn. You guys, thoughts on that match? Yeah, she's a much better heel than she is a babyface for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, that was a good. Yeah, that Iron Man match was really good between them. So what about you, PsYkO Bray? What did you think about it? Any kind of, I mean, Alexa Bliss did retain after, she was the last one in the match, and then of course the betrayal of Sasha Banks to Bayley. A couple things into another. And the only thing that's another, so what did they head? So now go ahead and what were you saying?
And his opponent, weighing in at 206 pounds, Aleister Black.
Guys, this one promises to be absolutely amazing.
But as they say, promises are made to be broken, Michael. Though in this case, I think we're safe.
No, Nia Jax was not.
And he clearly comes into this match in tremendous physical condition.
Yeah, but where is he mentally, Cole? That's the real question. I don't care about how good you look. If you don't have it upstairs, you're simply not going to succeed.
Yeah, you are true there. Yeah, she did take it.
This is a one-on-one matchup, and I don't think I have to remind anyone what's on the line here.
Among the most...
Could have been better. Set some seeds. Did what it needed to do. So now we're going to move on. Next match of that.
Plenty of force behind that shot. What's your analysis on Aleister Black?
All
these superstars have the ability, but what does he need to do specifically to come out ahead here?
Is the Raw tag team matches,
if you want showmanship, if you want valor, well, you've come to the right place. And that's the thing. In the WWE, there are no secrets. Now, if you have a weakness, it's going to be exploited.
This is what I was talking about as far as like what they do for booking. Like, who the hell gives a shit about Titus Worldwide? I mean, let's keep it honest here. Like, they've had no momentum going forward. There's no investment as far as their characters and who they are.
He's simply reminding him that he's here. The strikes have a little extra on them tonight.
As far as like, oh my God, this is going to be the most amazing push ever because we love Apollo and his character. We love Titus O'Neil, and then they tacked on Dana Brooke. You see really misplaced when you have tag teams of the caliber of, like I said, Gallows and Anderson, or, you know, Dash and Dawson, the Revival, even in comparison to
a clubbing clothesline.
Titus Worldwide. It just seemed like a waste, and this is a pay-per-view. This is not like a throwaway Raw match to make Sheamus and Cesaro look strong. This is the pay-per-view match.
Aleister Black a little out of his element here.
Raw,
with these two guys, we all knew this was going to be an all-out battle.
Yeah, he's taking on some offense here, but that's to be expected, especially considering who he's in the ring with.
Sheamus and Cesaro, the bar, against Titus Worldwide. Yeah, they were. Yeah, the revival was on Raw. The Revival was getting a push until I think it was Dash got hurt, and they
may have a count out here, guys.
And they kind of lost their push. Michael. They were in the title picture for a while with the Shield and the Bar, and then dude got hurt, and they just kind of ended up getting swept under the rug, and now they're kind of slowly getting worked back into.
Saw that one coming.
Division, but
he wants no part of the outside.
I'm not saying that they could have given the Revival title shot. I'm not saying it's like, oh, welcome back to the Raw. We're going to
now momentum is in the corner of Aleister Black.
But I mean,
plenty of force behind that knee.
They could have done something other than Titus Worldwide. That just shows the lack of depth, like Derek you touched on earlier about the tag team division.
You can feel it in the first few rows.
Just no real depth at all. You know, No, that was a long time ago when they got injured. Dude was out for months. And then that's when they were just now making their comeback, is when they took the squash match against the
he's not getting up. You can't like his chances. Quick pin attempt here.
But big surprise here, guys. The bar retained after some
not where he wants to be
action.
right now.
Again,
yeah, you're not going to win many matches when you're down.
During the whole thing,
Aleister Black absorbing some offense here.
No
you have to wonder if he could recover from this, guys.
This is where we find out who the better man is, and at this point, it could very well be either one of these guys. That's how close this thing is.
So that's where we are there. After that, we have Asuka versus Nia Jax. This match was not that bad. It was okay. I mean, they made Asuka look kind of
clubbing blow.
Almost too weak with the complete ass stomping she took most of that match. And then she got rolled up
knocked the breath out with a crushing kick to the gut.
Wins, and then Nia Jax proceeds to continue to stomp the living shit out of her.
Few superstars are as dominant as this guy.
So why?
Well, moves like that at this stage are not to win any matches. They're just used to send a message.
Except for, you know, for a quick 3 count. You know, it makes kind of Asuka look simple.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other. And he goes for the pin.
It was a pretty decent match. Overall, Nia Jax, like I said, they made Nia look really strong.
Will this be enough?
Insane, yes, insane, ballistic, almost kind of like Braun Strowman-esque for the women's division against Asuka, who is currently
he's able to reverse it. No, there's the reversal.
Has beaten Goldberg's undefeated record.
Killian Dane's on the attack now.
So
this might be it.
He's in a tough spot here, Corey. And if he doesn't get up, it's going to get a lot tougher.
I don't know, guys. I really thought we would have seen the finisher already. I think we're at the point in this match where the finisher could be used at any moment here.
There he goes, crashing to the floor.
It's the same thing they want. What they wanted to do
was
they wanted to make sure Asuka looked strong by getting her win and maintaining her streak.
The strike with
same as they do with Braun Strowman. When he goes in ballistic with
a entire WWE locker room
he gets a loss. He gets his ass whipped.
Great offense by Aleister Black.
You know, it's the same thing that happened in the
unfortunate reality is he might not.
Right, even though they just lost. So, overall, okay match.
How are these superstars even still going, guys? I mean, they have to be on fumes right now.
But after that, we got into, like I said, Asuka wins. You know, she got her ass kicked pretty much the whole time.
Oh, look out! We may be looking at a winner,
we have
guys.
the Woken one, Woken Matt Hardy against Bray Wyatt.
And the victory.
And okay, yeah, it just really kind of started getting the crowd into it a little bit. They started coming to life after, you know, the whole Nia Jax and Asuka was just like, there was some slight grumblings, but it was still fairly quiet. But what really got the crowd started getting into the pay-per-view at this point was during this match, because Woken Matt Hardy is extremely over with the WWE Universe. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, how they because, you know, they have the Bray Wyatt's known for his mind games, and it was cool that Woken Matt Hardy. It was predictable, which that's we'll get to that in a minute. But it was okay. again, like I said, that's the overall thing for this match. To this stuff is, it is okay. It wasn't anything too spectacular, but it was okay. It was not something, like I said, I'm not really over the Woken stuff is okay, but I don't think it's as over as it should be with that gimmick. Especially in a program with freaking goddamn Bray Wyatt, who's fallen off big time. Big time. Which is kind of sad. But yeah, and I think that's true. And then, like I said, he went from like this backwoods New Orleans backwoods voodoo type dude to like some sort of like supernatural ghost story shit, and the transition has not gone well, especially with him not having his stable with the Wyatt family. Then the mystical shit, and then with him turning into Sister Abigail that they quickly squashed after everybody got sick. They were like, yeah, we're about that life. We're not doing that. So they really kind of squashed that a little bit, and then they put him in some mediocre program with Finn Balor, which was okay. He lost a bunch. Then he continued to lose, and then now he's in this mediocre program with Woken Matt Hardy, which they only brought the Woken character out so far because Jeff's been out for so long with his shoulder. So again, it's okay. I wasn't like super over with it. It wasn't like, they didn't set the bar, but they did do a pretty decent job given with what they were and who they are. So again, okay, got the crowd into it, but that's pretty much where I'll leave it at this point. Bray Wyatt and Woken Matt Hardy. It could be. Like, I could very well have the real life stuff happen, because they do take that shit very seriously. Like, if you don't, like they did with the Lana and Rusev thing when they got engaged, and she started posting pictures of their engagement while she was in the middle of that storyline with Dolph Ziggler and Summer Rae, and that kind of fucked that up. So yeah, they do, and they punish the shit out of them. So that definitely could play a role into it. But overall, this match was an okay of crap. Matt Hardy did win that match via pinfall. After that, we had Ronda Rousey signing her WWE contract. This is the point in the pay-per-view. The crowd lost their shit, because this is where Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle and Triple H and good old lady Nads herself, Stephanie McMahon, was involved. They're setting a WrestleMania moment between the four of them in a mixed tag match. I'm pretty sure that's my prediction about that, but those seeds were set. Ending, culminating with Triple H going through a table and the slap heard round the world from Stephanie McMahon. Yeah, she didn't have to. I don't think she was prepared for it. She didn't have to sell it. Yeah, she did not have to sell that shit. But it did make her look strong, which when we get into Raw, after the fallout of Elimination Chamber, we'll talk about more about the expanding story between this pretty sure storyline that they're going with Ronda Rousey's debut. Then after that, we have the hype going into there. Then after that, we come to the main event with the 7-man Elimination Chamber men's match for the #1 contender for the Universal Championship, held by the one and only Brock Lesnar. And we had Elias come out and sing his little song, but he actually won his spot to come out last of his chamber, the last one out of his chamber.
Making his way to the ring from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing in at 206 pounds, Kenny Omega.
Seth Rollins, The Miz, Finn Balor started the match. Triple threat rules, I guess, eliminations, whatever. This match made Braun Strowman look like a freaking wrecking machine till he lost. So, yeah, everyone did some really strong bumps. It was a pretty entertaining match. The crowd was really into it at this match. Progressed storyline going into WrestleMania fairly well. If I don't win Elimination Chamber, I don't have a way to WrestleMania, which of course he lost. Everybody was not surprised, however, that Roman Reigns did in fact win the men's Elimination Chamber match. And goes on to race for the
Manitoba, Canada, weighing in at 227 pounds, Chris
What you guys think about this one?
Get ready, guys. Big-time singles matches coming up here.
And I can assure you these two superstars have been waiting all day to get their hands on each other.
Though I'd say he definitely has his work cut out for him here tonight.
Yeah, this one's not going to be easy, that's for sure. But hey, is anything worth doing ever easy?
Few have had as celebrated a career as Chris Jericho. Jericho's an expert aerialist, superb mat technician, and a master manipulator. And to be very clear, few are as dangerous.
These guys are undoubtedly going to give us a show here tonight.
Guys, we've been to Birmingham countless times, but I don't think I've ever heard them this excited. They're fired up for this one.
Let's see. That's not what I want. Sorry guys, hold on, I'm bringing up the next part of this. Because after this, we had the episode of Raw, which was the February 26th, I believe was the name of that. or something, 27th. Maybe.
There he goes, crashing to the floor.
I'm sorry, I'm not playing, guys. I know it's kind of boring getting my ass kicked right now, but I'm looking for... Here we go. Alright. Now we get into Raw. Monday Night Raw from the Elimination Chamber Fallout, and we start off Raw with Alexa Bliss coming out with...
Guys, it's imperative he gets back in the ring.
Yeah, otherwise he's looking at a count out.
About her win.
Just making his presence felt there.
Yeah, she ran down the whole women's roster, and then, of course, we had Asuka come out, and then Bliss brought up, you know, Nia Jax, and then Nia Jax came out, and it got the top 6 top female stars on Raw. Duking it out. It was okay, but it was a nice way to kick off Raw.
Close to getting a count out here.
The brawl
this is just some strategic gamesmanship.
A 6-woman tag match between Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Asuka against Nia Jax, Mickie James, and Alexa Bliss. And this match I actually did like because it was nice to see Bayley kind of get her revenge on Sasha Banks.
Man, that got him good. He landed a perfectly placed strike. That'll send a message to your adversary, all right.
Was furthered the storyline,
He lands a jarring forearm.
Other than that, it was an okay tag match. It wasn't too bad, but you know, the faces won. You know, Asuka, Bayley, and Sasha won the match because they still have Sasha.
There we go again. Man, Chris Jericho, what offense. You know, when you take direct hits like that, it becomes hard to move. If you can't move, you can't win. The frequency of this move is becoming deliberate at this point, to say the least. Boom, what a slam. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Headed to the outside now.
Smart move. Take some time to think things over.
That move at this juncture of the match makes the intention unmistakable to belittle. And it's reversed. A move like that is completely unnecessary, unless you want to degrade your opposition, of course.
Yeah, I can see that.
We just witnessed another one of his specialties, and the referee had absolutely no idea.
It was okay. See, Asuka saved everything, and then we have...
He's taking a long time to get up, guys.
He came into John Cena's promo where he false teased an Undertaker and him match at WrestleMania. Crowd went ape shit, then he just popped everybody's bubble and was like, yeah, that's
he doesn't look too eager to get up, and I don't blame him.
This is what makes him one of the best in the business.
And I will see you on Tuesday. Pretty much what he said.
Huge slam right there.
Can't waste any time here. Your whole body hurts after a move like that.
Big spot in the match here.
Wow, I'm just as surprised as you guys are. I don't know, guys. I really thought we would have seen the finisher already.
Yeah, I agree. People were kind of pissed about it, but on the flip side, from a performer standpoint, that was gold. That's exactly what he wanted to do, and that's exactly what happened.
You gotta be kidding me. How did the rep not see that? People up in the nosebleed seats saw it.
You know,
he's looking a little weary here. Guys, this is where we find out what he's made of.
I'd never count this guy out, but I'll tell you what, he's not looking so hot right now. He's really going to need to find a way to get back in this thing.
Good. It's about time his ego started to take a hit here. Let's hope this keeps up.
Nobody controls the pace of a match quite like this guy. Gosh, the same move over and over. This is relentless. The shoulder's taking a beating here. This might be the end of the road for him, Byron.
Well, if he can't get back to his feet, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, like I said, it's just more than that. Yeah.
The body's taking some abuse here, but nothing that can't be shaken off. There's another chop.
There it is. It's locked in.
The walls.
Come on, Jericho. Put that stupid idiot away. You don't get stretched like that and expect to walk the same way.
And he escapes the submission.
And good thing. That could have been disastrous.
Yeah.
Executed.
That's pretty much it. After that, bullshit. People went on to go with, Heath Slater and Bray Wyatt.
Guys, when you have as trained an eye as I do, you get to a point where you can see the finisher coming before it actually comes. And let me tip you off to something here.
It's coming, and it's coming very soon.
He's like, bull crap. I didn't like it. Did not like it.
He's delivering an old-fashioned butt kicking right here. And he lands the slam.
This one is over.
I think so.
He doesn't appear to be in a hurry to get up here.
I just don't think he has it in him anymore.
Yeah, okay. That
Huge
was
move right
after
there.
that
Here's his moment,
comes
Michael.
Seth Rollins and The Miz, which The Miz cut a very good promo to start that
Look
off.
out.
And the match was pretty good. Seth Rollins is always a good performer. So is The Miz.
He's not getting
Really
up.
good
You can't
performance,
like
I
his
thought,
chances
from both
right now.
superstars. I think it set the stage because shortly after that happened, after Seth Rollins beat The Miz,
At what
Finn
point
Balor
news
came
starts
out
creeping in?
and
What do I
was
have to do to put this match to
doing
rest?
that
I don't
deal.
know. I don't know as a
and started the
WWE
match,
superstar if he
and
ever
the
had
Miz
those thoughts of
Squad got
self-doubt.
involved, and the Good Brothers got involved, and they had
Message
this brawl
delivered.
and, disqualified for the match out. Well, Kurt Angle comes up and says, no.
When his
Good
strikes
Brothers,
land, you can feel it in the
Mr.
first
the
few
band from
rows.
ringside.
Nope, reverses it.
We're starting this match over. Finn Balor versus
What a
Seth
shot by
Rollins.
Chris Jericho. And he
Finn
lands a
Balor
nice
versus The
counter.
Miz.
He
Right after
lands
he
the
just
strike
lost
with
to
great
Seth, and of course
accuracy.
he
Few superstars are as
lost
dominant
to Finn
as this
Balor.
guy.
Kind of sets the stage for what they're going to do for the
He's unleashing a
Intercontinental title.
vicious
I'm not
assault
sure
on that shoulder.
Miz is going to be at WrestleMania because the birth of his kid falls right around that general vicinity, so that may be a situation where they might take the belt off of him and put it on Seth and Finn for WrestleMania.
That's a good way to find yourself on the list of Jericho.
He has him right where he wants him. Nicely executed.
Yeah.
Just when you thought he had nothing left.
This singles contest has a
it
victor.
would be a really cool match to do, and I think if The Miz is going to be at WrestleMania, not with the birth of his kid, then I see it going triple threat. If not, then they're probably going to do it. They're just going to split the belt between Seth and Finn. But that was okay. After that, we went into where we were talking before. Roman Reigns cut a very scathing promo against Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. Work, shoot, either way, it was fantastic. Put Roman over a little bit, even it was so good. One of his best promos he's probably ever cut. Loved it. It was a good promo. He pretty much echoed the sentiments of pretty much the entire WWE universe when it comes to good old Brock Lesnar and his title run. It was really good. That was a good turning point to set up the stage for WrestleMania. I'd almost rather see that than Brock's part-time ass, honestly. But I think, honestly, deep down, I think it's all a work to build buzz for the match. That's all that is, really. It's all a work. Yeah. It could very well be. Alright, going from there, that is worldwide, and the bar 2 out of 3 falls match actually went by quicker than I had hoped. Honestly, I thought it was going to take a while. There were 2 falls. Went to the bar, sweeped Titus Worldwide, pretty much said, yeah, we're done with you guys. No need. Thanks for the pay-per-view run, guys. Go back to being a side quest, I guess. They were just trash. It was okay. It was an okay match. The bar went over pretty well. The first, roll up win. The first pin was like within seconds of the match starting. Second one came a little on down the line. Didn't stretch it out for too long. Liked it. It was quick. It was vicious. It was over. It's a waste of the tag team division. It's more of a tag team division. I'm glad it went by super quick. I'm glad they didn't drag it out for too long because like I said, that's another one of those situations where there's no real emotional investment into Titus Worldwide. There's no a whole core fan base of like crazy people like, all right, Titus Worldwide, would burn all the Titus Worldwide shirts and shit like that. But there are for the bar, so there's no real fan backing. There's no real fan investment into them.
Making her way to the ring.
Throwaway squash. Jobbers with the name. Move on. That's pretty much how I feel about that.
Carmella. And folks, it's now time for Carmella.
And might I add, Carmella is looking quite fabulous tonight.
Corey, in terms of raw talent, where do you think these women rank as it relates to the other competitors in the division?
Oh, they're right there at the top, Cole. Years from now, I think we're going to look back at these women and realize just how lucky we were to watch them compete. That's how talented they are.
Yeah, some sort of a stipulation match of the triple threat for the titles. That would be interesting to see. Well, they did that similar at WrestleMania last year when they had a triple threat match for the titles, including Gallows and Anderson and the Bar and somebody else, and then that's when they reintroduced the Hardys. Yeah, Angel and Cass, and then they reintroduced and that's when they brought the Hardys back with a WrestleMania moment last year when the Hardys made their debut.
Here comes a woman who has a lineage unlike any other competitor on the roster today.
So they've already done that
Without
at WrestleMania.
A doubt, Charlotte has greatness flowing through her veins.
Determined looks on these faces of these women for sure. Wouldn't you agree, Byron?
Absolutely, but that shouldn't come as any surprise, especially considering how intense the women's division is right now.
So the Bar defeated Titus Worldwide. Whatever. Yeah, well, I don't even think they're building towards him. There's not even a story backing even to even insinuate that. There's like nothing there. It's like complete throwaway.
Oftentimes in our business, the only way for personal issues to be ultimately resolved is two superstars enter the squared circle and go one-on-one in a good old-fashioned wrestling match.
Pretty okay.
And with the women's division as white-hot as it is right now, you just know this match is going to be one for the ages.
Judging from this crowd response, guys, there's no more magical place to be in Orlando right now than right here for this match. Whoa, look out! You've seen her train and compete, so tell us what we can expect from her.
Nothing better than sitting ringside at the best sports entertainment money can buy.
Yeah, all I know is she can definitely make a name for herself tonight if she performs well.
Right in the middle of her stomach. Well, that rocked her all right.
That would have been cool. Something like that would have been cool. That was funny. And before Strowman was like, I'm not through with you. And then it's when the show
hits the drop kick.
Before we went to commercial break. Any thoughts on that match? I personally thought it was okay, nice filler to lead into the final spot of the night.
That shot landed on her and was a direct hit.
Final spot of the night was Ronda Rousey confronting the authority of Stephanie McMahon.
And she lands a ferocious elbow.
And that went about as well as we expected.
She can't get away with this for much longer.
Rousey
zeroing in on the chest.
Played up Rousey pretty well. She looked a little more comfortable in the ring than she did in the Elimination Chamber. Kurt Angle came out and told Ronda Rousey to chill. No, I'm sorry, I made everything up, I lied.
That's not what she had planned.
At the Elimination Chamber.
If it was, she better rethink her plans.
Cool now.
Carmella is making her presence known.
I've been sick. I'm sorry. But you can tell that he was
She's off on that one, Corey.
You can say that again.
Which led to both Stephanie and
Trips not seeing this?
And they were like, hey, we're all good.
She's wasting no time taking over this contest.
She's on the attack and on the move.
Rousey was like, hey, you owe me an apology for slapping me in the face.
And she heads to the floor.
Probably looking to take a few deep breaths, think about her next move.
Actually apologized. Got in and said, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. My bad. And it was made Ronda Rousey look even more stronger because Stephanie McMahon hasn't apologized
bringing it back between the ropes.
Ever, I don't think, in her entire life.
Swing and a miss.
That was strike 1, 2, and 3.
That's not what she had planned.
Well, if it was, she better rethink her plans.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that was good.
Here's Charlotte.
Charlotte is taking control of this
match. Nice move.
Went to leave the ring. Triple H punched Kurt Angle in the face.
Not this time.
I've never seen her miss by so much.
Further the storyline is going to happen at WrestleMania.
She's in the zone now. She's sticking to the game plan no matter how redundant it may be. She counters with a move of her own.
Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey. Overall,
and that shot finds its target.
Was a pretty good episode.
Keep your eye on this one.
Nothing
she needs to find a way to get to her feet.
Over.
Time is of the essence here too, Michael.
Storyline to
look at this.
Continue the road to WrestleMania. This was the last pay-per-view for WrestleMania.
Will this be enough?
So,
a kick out at 2.5.
It's okay. We got a few more episodes for the month of March before we get to.
Struggling to get upright here.
Tough spot to be in at this point, Michael.
Like I said, mediocre. Got the point across. We'll continue to see pretty much the same kind of stuff.
Locked in! It's locked in!
Carmella can put her away here.
So
No, she
yeah,
breaks
you
it.
guys thoughts on Raw this
she's
week?
quite the
We're
escape
probably
artist,
gonna get
Michael.
more of the same next week.
And Carmella has all the momentum once more. Oh, no. Carmella is making her presence known.
That could be it.
Unbelievable action.
That could really be.
She's in a bad way here.
Bottom line, she's got to get up. She can't win this match on her back.
Look out! And I think it's clear that Charlotte is feeling the physicality of this match. I don't know how much more punishment she can take.
You can't help but think that this is the end of the road for her here tonight. I mean, she's flat.
This should do it right there. 1, 2.
Yeah. Absolutely. Roman Reigns just even got the fans over with him a little bit, so that was pretty good. But now, moving on to Tuesday and SmackDown Live.
Both these superstars appear to be operating on
John
fumes
Cena
here, guys.
Opens the show, saying that he
okay, now she's just showing off.
wants to be in
She's got to find a way to get up here, guys.
That won't be easy, Michael, given the beating she's taken so far.
Shane says, all right, you're John Cena, you can pretty much do what you want. So Daniel Bryan comes out and says, no, 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 you want a title shot?
I can't believe everything that's transpired thus far. It's been so physical.
You beat AJ, you're in, you lose, you're out. Pretty much it.
Both these superstars appear to be operating on fumes here, guys.
I thought it was pretty good. Set the standard, kind of knew what was going to happen.
Oh, man, what a hit.
Knocked right off the apron.
I kind of, well, I'll bring up another point later on once we get in later on into
back in from the apron.
That area of the
She's tossed around like she weighs 20 pounds.
That's what we got. That's
Fighting
what we
to get
opened the
back to
show
her
with.
feet here.
She's just taking too long, Cole. She's got to move faster.
First match of the night was Sami Zayn against Baron Corbin with Kevin Owens on commentary. It was a pretty good match.
1, 2.
It was pretty good, okay. And then good old Dolph Ziggler comes out of left field.
I don't know about you guys, but it looks to me like these superstars are on their last legs here.
Kicks Sami Zayn in the head. Kicks Sami Zayn in the head. Corbin hits Sami with
1, 2.
At the end of Dave.
There's the pinfall and the victory.
That was that. Got the win. Then Dolphy Z takes Baron Corbin. Pretty much that's some of the stars in the 5-way challenge. More promotion for the main event at Fastlane. Pretty much. So there's one of them is the storyline between that. Also, they're getting further the storyline between Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens with the backstage politics stuff. But more of the same. We're building to something pretty big at WrestleMania, I'm pretty sure. Unlike Raw, SmackDown's pretty kind of kept what their WrestleMania plans are under wraps, except for the title match between Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles. Mediocre. Not bad performance from anybody involved. Nothing too super spectacular. Served its purpose. Yeah, I mean I can see that too. Definitely, it was kind of slow. But like I said, moved the story on to there to where then we moved into Naomi versus Ruby Riott. This is to further the storyline because there is a title match between Charlotte Flair and Ruby Riott at Fastlane. Ruby Riott has already beaten Becky Lynch, and for those wondering, there's the Riott Squad, which is Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, and some backwoods chick that I could never remember her name ever in my life. Claims to be from Kentucky, that chick. And then there's also against Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Naomi are clique, I guess. The good guys is the bad guys. So far, Ruby Riott has already beaten Becky Lynch. She took on Naomi tonight and pinned her clean to further the No, not Liv Morgan. It's a backwoods country girl anyway. Yep. Yeah, that's 2 out of the 3. What? Carmelo. It could very well be. Like I said, that's one of the things where it's one of those situations that they're kind of keeping it under wraps at SmackDown about what direction to take the storyline. Pretty interesting stuff. But that's pretty much where that is. They, like I said, they furthered the storyline again with that. Just that's a lot of these episodes leading into WrestleMania. But when they first start the road to WrestleMania, a lot of it is just to push the storylines along till we get to WrestleMania. So that's what a lot of this stuff is, and so they just kind of furthered the storyline, deep the rivalry between, they made Riott look strong by both beating Naomi and Becky Lynch clean, and so she's looking like a strong contender for Charlotte's title. 2 down, 1 to go, 2 weeks to Fastlane, that kind of shit. Which, speaking of Fastlane, there is a men's tag title match between the Usos and the New Day, and they cut a fantastic promo, as they usually always do. Was a fantastic promo between those two. I loved Big E. He straight up schooled the Usos. Loved it. They always put on good matches. Each one of their matches has always been super good and super fun to watch. They've put on really good shows. I expect no less from them this time. The only thing I don't like about it is it's more of the same. Although it is good, more of the same. It's going to be a fantastic match because they always put on good shows, but it's more of the same rivalry. But absolutely. It's maybe more of the same, but it's going to be a good match. I agree. Yeah, that would be good. I agree. I think they did a Backlash, I do believe. They kicked off the pay-per-view at Backlash, I believe, last year. Yeah. Moving on from there, we had Aiden English versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Plus side, we got to see Rusev Day back on TV. Who doesn't love Rusev Day? Downside, Shinsuke Nakamura was in a job. They pretty much made Aiden English a jobber to Shinsuke. Him and John Cena had a little like WrestleMania bro moment because John Cena was making his entrance to the ring as Shinsuke was leaving after his clean pinfall of Aiden English. Even though Rusev did get involved and kick Shinsuke on the side of the ring, Shinsuke still came out on top and came out strong. Had his little, we're going to both end up at WrestleMania, good luck type point to the sign. John Cena got in the ring, Shinsuke, we cut to commercial. What do you guys think of that match? We had a little bit of technical difficulties when we were watching it, me and PsYkO break at the time. We really didn't get to see it, so I had to kind of go back and watch the match to kind of see how it went. It was an okay match. Shinsuke came out on top, came out strong. Nothing too special. Yeah. I also think they should. I think they should quit trying to market Rusev Day as heels and give them a babyface push because they are super over right now. And as faces, they would kill it as faces right now. Yeah, they would chant Rusev Day every chance they fucking get. So they're, yeah, I agree. Yeah, that was good. Nakamura wins clean. Like I said, that leads into the night's main event of John Cena versus AJ Styles. Not a bad match. Both guys put on a good show usually when they are in a match together. Lots of kickouts and finishers and crowds getting over. Crowd was really into it. Really a good match between both performers. Cena did win and punched his ticket to make it a six-pack challenge match for the WWE title off AJ Styles at Fastlane. Could this be John Cena's ticket to WrestleMania? We don't know. We have to wait 2 weeks for the pay-per-view. Yeah, they always do. For sure. Absolutely. Yeah, and they put on a good show. Yeah, they always put on a good show. When they were rivalry, when they were going over for the title shots last year on SmackDown, they did really well. Mm. Mm. That would be pretty interesting. I think so. for Gargano to come out and do that. That would be cool. See Johnny wrestling. Like, yeah. Excuse me, guys. Goodness. But that's pretty much, like I said, they've set the stage there. They're, like I said, Fastlane's in 2 weeks. They got one more episode of SmackDown before the go home show. Probably just going to progress the story some more. Wait, there. Like, I kind of like the way SmackDown plays their storylines a little more closer to the chest than Raw does. There's not as predictable, you know, with the whole, like, I don't, I just think it's a throwaway gimmick. That was the gauntlet match on Raw was super over, and it's just a similar throwaway gimmick for Raw for Rollins to throw in Miz's face of how he's better than the Miz. But anyway, moving on from that, we are finally down to our last show of the week, and it is NXT. Actually, pretty good episode, I thought. We kicked off the show with Velveteen Dream against Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate continues his losing streak, although the Velveteen Dream continues to look phenomenal. I love Velveteen Dream. He's a good performer, especially when the Ring Girl botch was pretty funny and he stayed in character and stuff. That was pretty funny. I like how they just incorporated that. Tyler Bate's a good performer. Good match. Overall, liked it. NXT usually doesn't fail with me. I'm a big fan of the NXT. Yeah, they were still voting momentum for him. Not bad. What do you guys think of it? Do you guys like it? Did you guys like the match? Yeah, between him and Tyler Bate. Yeah, that was pretty good. Get buried like they did Ty Dillinger and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't think they're going to bring Velveteen Dream up just yet. Maybe after WrestleMania they might. I'm not sure, but he's doing right now. They're hanging on to their key players just because they just had a mass exodus of superstars go to the other roster. Like Roderick Strong just is on 205 Live now. Riot Squad and Paige's Squad Absolution. Those 5 girls that came up and joined that for that. Yeah, they just started. They're actually going to start the tag team, the Dusty Rhodes tag team tournament in NXT this week. This coming episode, starting
making
next
his way to the ring from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania,
so
weighing in at 237 pounds, Kurt Angle.
One-on-one action coming up here, guys, and I'm willing to bet this will be one we won't soon forget.
Totally agree, Michael. When you have 2 superstars as hungry as these 2 competing in the ring, you can bet it'll be memorable.
Well, he definitely looks ready for what's ahead of him here tonight, that's for sure.
I
agree with that, Michael. In fact, I don't remember the last time I saw him in better shape than he's in right now.
More ingrained in NXT than they are on the main roster. I don't think they would know what to do with him. Same with Offensive Pain. as good as they are in NXT, I don't think they would have fit very well in the tag team picture on either brand, so they're going to have to do some restructuring of some kind on the main roster, on the main shows, before they bring up any of those tag teams like that. I think that's why they're sticking to building up more tag teams with this next tag team tournament that's starting next week. To kind of bring up more tag teams into the fold to see who can be marketable on the main flagship programming.
And his opponent from Queens, New York,
it's pretty good. It's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do. I like some of the story writing in NXT is much better.
We've got Kurt Hawkins making his way to the ring.
Yeah, this is a big match right here for the Prince of Queens, Kurt Hawkins.
He continues to lose. We have Cesar Bonini and Adam Cole.
Well, I think we can all agree that this will be no easy match for him here tonight.
Yeah, but you could say that about every match here on the card. There's no such thing as a cakewalk here in the WWE.
Like, it's a given. Adam Cole is not going to lose this match, and he was dominant the entire 2 minutes the match lasted, and got a clean pin, and that was it. It took him longer to get to the ring than the match actually lasted. Yeah, the two the tag team champions, yeah. Fish and Fish. One dude's Fish. Yeah, Fish and O'Reilly. Yeah. Yeah. So even
there's
not
the
too
bell.
bad.
And here
Adam
we go.
Cole's cool.
We're all along for the ride on this one. But make
after
no mistake
that, we
about it.
had Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler.
Here we go, fellas. I've been looking forward to this one for quite some time.
I like that. Kairi Sane, I don't like what they're kind of doing with Kairi Sane right now. They're kind of burying her a little bit with this.
His strikes have a little extra on them tonight.
Pushing Shayna Baszler pretty well as the dominant heel that she is going to be in NXT. She's in neck deep into the title picture with Ember Moon, and now she's getting a program with Kairi Sane. She's vicious, she's raw, she's brutal, she's got the MMA background. They're pushing her gimmick. I really like what they're doing with the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler. Although I don't really like seeing her in a super sort of throwaway match, almost maybe a build-up of a match of Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler. Baszler won the match. It was a pretty good match overall, though. I thought so. You guys like it? Did there anything into kind of stand out between the two, or? Yeah, Kairi Sane.
He wants no part of the outside. Just a vicious elbow. Oh, and a beautiful leap.
Yeah.
Strikes like that can end this one in a hurry.
I can understand when she walks the plank and then does her pirate elbow or whatever. Yeah, I can see that. You need to work on that. Well, she's a pretty good superstar overall.
Oh, yeah, here's Kurt Hawkins. Oh, yeah, here's Kurt Hawkins.
He's simply reminding him that he's here.
Yeah, that's what that's going to be. We'll see that pretty soon, I'm sure. Before WrestleMania weekend, for sure. Shayna Baszler did Kairi Sane as the 50-50 booking. We'll see more of that next week.
What an impact on that belly-to-belly.
Close out the night on NXT.
He's not going to like this.
With Zelina Vega addressed the WWE Universe
to stay right there.
Him being champion.
Taking off his feet here. And it's moves like that that make him so dangerous.
Is terrible on the microphone. I can see why they gave him Zelina Vega to speak for him, because this dude's promo last week was utter garbage. It was very. I couldn't understand the word he was saying half the time.
Better luck next time.
And it wasn't because of his accent. It was a combination of not just his accent, but it was his accent. Plus, he didn't know how to say his words. They're all slurred.
He's struggling a bit here. He'll need to find a way to turn things around here.
He really didn't have any.
He's taking a long time to get up, guys. Perhaps playing a little possum here,
promo.
Cole.
It was really crap, and Zelina Vega was like trying to sell, like, yeah, you're preaching, brother, like, yeah, but you could really tell he was struggling really bad on the microphone. Oh, but Zelina, they're doing their best to try to get in Andrade Cien Almas as the heel champion in the next week, which I guess they think that heel champions do better than face champions because every time the heel champions have been the
he doesn't appear to be in a hurry to get up here.
Pretty much Shinsuke Nakamura lost to Bobby Roode, and then they finally took it off Bobby Roode, gave it to Drew McIntyre, and he had it till he got hurt. And now they got it on another heel, so we'll just have to wait and see. But the highlight to me is after all his garbage about how I'm the champion and everybody else sucks, Aleister Black, my boy. Aleister Black.
Nice German suplex, and he's not done.
Big promo saying,
his opponent may be
I got the number, don't worry about that shit. I got you. And then Dane came out and said, you're on my way. And they started going at it, and Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega were like, what the hell's going on? These dudes are just going crazy. Yeah, go for it, guys, have fun. And then Aleister Black and Killian Dane kind of beat the crap out of each other, and that's pretty much how they wrapped it up. They're building up to I'm pretty sure they're going to have a #1 contenders match before WrestleMania weekend.
He can't withstand one bit more.
And there's going to be a title match between either Killian Dane or Aleister Black against Andrade Cien Almas for the title. I'm a big fan of Aleister Black.
That was power on top of more power. What a slam.
He does very little wrong to me. I'm biased.
Not even close.
Jeez, that was embarrassing.
Going with the inside cradle. There's the pin. Can his opponent kick out? Few superstars are as dominant as this guy.
Yeah.
And he's heading back in.
Second time Andrade Cien Almas put on that match with Gargano.
This might be the end of the road for him, Byron. Well, if he can't get back to his feet, you're absolutely right.
And then he put on that match with Gargano's career on the line. It was a really, really good match. I mean, he's a good worker. Andrade Cien Almas is a good worker. He's a good in-ring performer. As far as his moves and his style, he's really super good. I'm with you on the fact that I don't think that he's going to look that good against Aleister Black. Aleister Black's more of an MMA, striker type, and Almas is more not that. I think he's more of the Johnny Wrestling type.
Setting a statement with that elbow.
So, real interesting to see.
He slams him down with authority. He might just be out, guys.
I agree. He hasn't moved one bit. You'd have to think hitting the finisher here could end this thing.
He's been in NXT for a long ass time now, so he's way over that. I'm sure that he's learned the ropes.
And he reverses it.
Good for a while. It was solo, and then he kind of fell off for a little bit when they teamed with Zelina Vega, and he made a comeback.
Angle slam.
He's been in NXT for a really long time.
Match. This one is over.
So I'm sure I don't think it plays that much of a role anymore as you'd think. But yeah, he's a good worker.
Around the world on the WWE Network, WWE fans are glued to their sets watching this match.
Alistair Black than I am the other way around.
He's too quick for him there.
I'm glad I've seen it almost.
Look at this. He's going back to an old friend with that one. Oh, he's one step ahead on that one.
Known a little bit.
Whoops, that missed. That's putting it mildly cold.
So,
he's on the defensive here.
Anybody who didn't know,
he's very aware of who he's in there with and what he has to do to rebound.
Yeah, he's taking on some offense here, but that's to be expected, especially considering who he's in the ring.
He turned on
his opponent has a pulse. Who knew? For a while there, I thought he was in there with a tackle dummy.
Ever since, he hurt himself, but he's coming back now. I can see the program to go.
The Olympic gold medalist moving in. Kurt Angle is on a roll, unstoppable, and he's still not finished.
No, not at all. Olympic gold all night. Wow, I'm just as surprised as you guys are.
This one might just do the trick.
Oh yeah, I think they're going to build something to that.
I don't think that even though he's could be used at any moment.
Like when they had the papers signing of Gargano being termination papers, he said he's going to be held responsible for his.
Can't stay vertical after the belly-to-belly suplex.
He up his final contract and stuff, and then once that's done, he'll be let
so much power behind that punch.
What that's going to mean.
Oh, he turns it around.
How long that's going to last, storyline wise. But I'm pretty sure we're going to see Tommaso Ciampa and
you have to possess a different type of focus to punish an opponent like this.
But overall, I think it was a pretty decent week of WWE programming. The Elimination Chamber
doesn't show any signs of getting up here, guys.
Wow, he's taking one heck of a beating, Michael.
Progressed fairly well. Each episode getting into it. We'll probably know more about SmackDown once
Here's his moment, Michael. I wouldn't be surprised if that caused some serious internal injuries.
In a couple weeks. Fastlane will
nice
learn
job
more about
breaking out of that one.
But there's plenty more work for him to do here.
But other than that, guys, I think it was pretty good. Not bad for our first episode, I think. Not bad programming-wise. What else to talk about?
Nope, that one misses.
Boy, that was terrible.
Toss to the outside. He's not getting up.
You can't like his chances right now.
Yeah.
A lot of people looking to praise this superstar, but the way I see it, competing injured just goes along with the territory.
How long that's going to be.
If I hear one more person tell me about how brave this superstar is for competing injured, I'm going to lose my mind. I mean, what we're talking about here is essentially the equivalent of a hangnail. I wouldn't necessarily call that an injury.
Some might say that it wasn't a wise move for this superstar to step inside the ring with an injury, but I don't know. It's not like it's a major injury or anything.
Yeah.
What a disgusting way to treat a WWE official. This match is tossed out.
Progress the storyline. We'll see how things go as time goes on. Like I said, I think we'll know more after the Fastlane pay-per-view about storyline-wise, what they're going to go as far as their titles and their storyline arcs. Raw's got a little bit of ways to go yet before WrestleMania. They don't have any more pay-per-views, so they still got a few weeks left of programming to build up their storylines. But other than that, guys, Yeah, and like I said, we'll find out more as we go. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed our wrestling here. If you watched me on BECA Gaming, you can clearly see that I am utter terrible at this fucking game. I am horrible. I am terrible. We've had a decent week of programming. We'll try to do it again next week on Thursday at 8 o'clock. I think that's what we'll start doing, is at 8. Varying everybody's schedule being open. Yeah, even how about we discuss this while we're not streaming? How about that? Guys, we're a little bit of inside shop talk. I hope you guys enjoyed our first episode. We'll work out the kinks as we go. I suck at the game for the most part, even though I was reading bullet points. We'll leave it at that.